Actually down to 4 degrees here. There's just not enough heat to warm that up. So I'm heading out on my first real big road trip. It's I think 5 hours. So I'll get some good saddle time in today. See what it's like. Got some good scenic routes coming up. A lot of it is going to be on 2 lanes, so I will have to be able to pass. But first thing I'm going to do is head up the Sea to Sky Highway. Look at that view. So here comes one of the fastest parts of this journey today. I mean, apart from a little bit of more wind and a little more vibey, it's pretty much same experience as riding any of my other bikes. Go up here through the mountains, start navigation. Okay, so I have to tell you, on this road trip I'm a little bit nervous right now. It's 10 degrees here and it's I got a lot of elevation to gain to go over the Duffy Lake Road, which is now Highway 99. We used to call it the Duffy Lake Road before the Highway 99 went through. So there's some elevation. Almost certainly see some snow at the side of the road. There was some rain falling as I was going through Whistler. So I may, you know, that's what I'm worried about, that rain up high with snow. Now there's quite a lot of traffic through here, so I don't think the road could be cold enough for snow to stick up there. You know, if it's 10 degrees down here, chances are it's not below 2 or 3 up high. But it's a hell of a long way to go back if I decide that I can't get through this way. So, you know, maybe a little bit over-ambitious, just like my camping trip. A little over-ambitious to head out and do a road trip by this route. But we'll see. Things are looking up right now. I mean, it's sunny and 10 degrees. So when I was going through Whistler, it was raining and 6 degrees, so that's only 30 kilometers back. So let's refuel in Pemberton. Okay, so I'm gonna get my gas here, even though I've got 3/4 of a tank. I just think that it's prudent, having had enough scares on running out of gas. Let's get some gas. That's pretty full. One of the things about leaning the bike is that it's harder to get the fuel tank really full. 200 kilometers since my last one. 6.348 liters. What am I paying? 1.629. So that's 3.21 per liter. That is my best mileage because that was straight highway. So let's see what happens when I go over on the next road. Here I am in Pemberton. There's the accidental neutral. So we'll see how well this goes. I mean, I have to say, as far as sitting in the saddle for a couple of hours, what time is it now? It's 10:18. My original ETA at Lillooet was like 10:30, but that would have been without stopping off the ferry. You know, I mean, I'm riding into the mountains here, snow-covered mountains. This time of year it's only early April, almost middle of April. Anyways, I like it that I can stretch back. It's really easy to stretch my legs on this bike, much more than on my BMW. I gotta say that, is that, you know, one of the things I didn't like when I went to the BMW off of the Africa Twin was that it was much more, it's a sport tourer, and it had that sport stance, so you're leaning forward. So I put the bar risers in right away, and that helped a lot. But you're still scrunched down, and that was my worry about this bike, is that with a fairly low seat and good ground clearance, is that my knees would be tucked up too much, and I've never found that. So on this 2-hour jaunt, now I've been off the bike twice. So I've done an hour and then a little rest, got off the bike and an hour. So for, you know, an hour riding, it's not my knees. The seat perhaps, you can get a softer seat, but I don't want to get the touring seat. I'm going to try the rally seat pretty soon. Hope I can get that. I mean, that's a couple $100. So I'm just not ready to spend any more money. I'm showing 11 degrees right now, so that gives me some confidence. And there's some clouds ahead. But it shouldn't be cool enough to have snow on the road. This bike is just beautiful on these roads. Okay, we're starting the ascent. This is the road that goes through to Lillooet. Deep winding road, yeah. Okay, but you gotta watch out for sand on the road, right? There's sand on the road there because it gets sanded and salted a lot to keep it passable. So we got two risks here, is that we're going to find some snow on the road or some sand on the road. Certainly there's sand on the road in places. You got to watch out you don't come around a corner, especially if you cut, you know, you're going to go around a corner like this and the sand accumulates in the middle. What do we got? Still at 11 degrees. You can see the sand, I can see the sand. It gets in the, right on the yellow line, accumulates, because it gets crushed off, but also on the shoulder. So as you get close to the shoulder, it's sandy. There's a truck up there. Okay, Okay, plenty of power for that. Not really very steep right here. 9 degrees. Snow on the side of the road. 8 degrees. That's how fast it falls as you go up. So I'm guessing I'm going to get down to 4 or 5. And there is snow in the air. Snow is coming down here. Seven degrees. Oh, people are hiking into Duffy Lake already. Degrees. I mean, you see the difference between the Garmin and the Royal Enfield navigation. The Royal Enfield's just showing me that I'm on the blue road, whereas at this speed the Garmin zooms out and allows me to see more of the road down the way. I can see that I'm coming up to Duffy Lake. I'm actually on the downhill part. I've passed the highest part, but it's probably still cold because I'm far away from the Pacific Ocean and I'm not quite into what's happening in the interior yet. This is the wooden bridge. They might have replaced it. But I remember I've passed people here when I go accelerating, and then you hit this bridge, right, which is still wooden, and then you take a turn, so it's a challenge to your traction. A lot of crap on the road. The road is got a lot of cracks in it. Lake's frozen still. I didn't expect that. Actually down to 4 degrees here. There's just not enough heat to warm that up. This is why it's marked avalanche area. This is an avalanche. Wow. Think about all that snow coming down. This bike really handles all these rough back roads beautifully. I just can't complain about any aspect of riding this bike. talking to a guy today who rides a really nice Harley, and he said that he doesn't go on this road very often because it's quite rough and the bike doesn't handle it. You know, that was a really high-end road bike. I don't know the model, so Harley's well enough to tell you what it was, but it was a very, very nice newer model. But we're getting into some of the rough stuff now. I went through the avalanche, and there's a lot of places where the winter is really hard on the pavement here, so it just doesn't hold up, and they can't repave it every year, so you end up with all these cracks, and or it's really bad, they'll do a repair, but you're going to bounce off of those. You know, everywhere I go, people complain about the roads. They complain about the roads and they complain about their taxes, but the taxes pay for repairing the road, so what do you want? Look at this. See, this is like bumpy, gravelly, sandy, all at the same time. So we take it easy. Oh, I see, you can zoom out using the joystick, so I can get a better view of what's to come. So that was one comment I had earlier that I was mistaken about. Now, see, here's where you're gonna need to get a little bit of a rougher. It's new now. I don't know when I need to be in Vernon. I think I have to be at a meeting at 6. I want to check into the hotel and get set up. For lunch somewhere. I mean, this is beautiful. This is lovely. Clean, dry road. There we go. Now we're into the steep descent. Look at those cliffs, right? It's hard to believe that there's a road through here. This bike can handle this road just fine. Oh, look at that. It's the other drivers have to worry about. I think my butt's getting a little sore. I don't think it's any more than I would on any other bike though. I'm going to try that air cushion. Degrees. Come down here, we're going to go across the the dam. And there's a one-lane bridge here. Windy here. Well, so far I had a little rest here, kind of needed it. Bike's doing really well on this longer trip. What time is it now? It's 2:30. I've been on the road since I got off the ferry at 7, so that's 5 hours. Anyways, this bike doesn't have any problem cruising at the equivalent of 65, 70 miles an hour. You know, I don't like it as much because there's wind noise and, you know, I mean, I think that's one of the things about a real touring bike is that you get a lot more protection with a better windscreen. I mean, right here, wind, like the wind is just stopping. There's wind coming up here too. 1.419. It's the cheapest gas I've had for a long time. But that was 4.34. See, that last one was anomalously low. It's about 500 kilometers that I've done today.